my name is Rachel Monroe, and I am in Section 201, Group 6. Today I will be peer reviewing Brianna Gills. She's also in Section 201, I believe Group 3. And this is for the narrative element part 1. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was, did she understand the requirements of this assignment? The first main requirement was to have technically like 25 photos, but for full credit it was 40 plus. And there's 4 in a row, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. I'm bad at math. Yeah, she totally had enough. That's definitely over 40. And then the second thing was to like describe a narrative. So in our papers, obviously I can't see what she wrote down, so I have to look at the pictures and decide for myself what story she was trying to tell, what were the main points she was trying to get across. And so using the principles of design, I look at did she use any rule of thirds? Were the pictures proportional or have balanced? And was there like a good use of color? Did the background and the main subject offset each other? Were they clashing? Just was it overall like a good color scheme? And so when I scroll through, I see that there's like 2 main types of like color themes going around. I really like this one, like this like little scenario, yeah, where this girl's kind of telling a story of looking into the mirror. Maybe the vibe I kind of got off of it was that maybe she was looking into the mirror and like judging herself, and she went over to go see someone and they didn't respond, they didn't want to talk to her, she was really sad about it. I liked these ones the best. I'd probably like this one when you look into the mirror, because you could definitely get a lot of emotion off of it. She had her head in her knees, and I like how you could see her reflection in the mirror without seeing the camera. I think that it's a good use of like how I'm sorry, I can't talk, of how like the photo was set up. I like that you can't see her face, but you can get like her expression and what's talked about. I like that it uses this side right here where my mouse is, how her body's in that, and then the opposite is the other is in the opposite corner. And then the characteristics of a narrative that we should look at are either having a feeling of surrealism, being dreamlike or nightmarish, or nostalgia. There's a couple others, but those are the ones I was really focusing on. I think that the characteristic that she uses most is probably the feeling of surrealism or nostalgic. I think nostalgic the most, just because when you scroll down here, you kind of see a whole new theme going on, and I think it's just this part is really funny because she was playing with the basketball, and I assume it's just that she thought it was funny and put a basketball in her. I didn't get off the impression that she was actually pregnant or anything like that, but just kind of being maybe a teenager and having all these difficult problems going on in your life. Now with the narrative elements that we need to look at, what's the background of her pictures, what time frame was it in, is there any conflict or exposition, what was the dramatic composition, so was there staging involved, and was there any digital manipulation used? Now, I don't think there's any digital manipulation, as in Photoshop or Illustrator. There's nothing really edited too much, maybe just the overlying like color scheme, like maybe it was just altered a little bit, but I don't think anything was erased or put in. I really liked this one because obviously I think this was from a board game, but it says, I'll zoom in, it says, oh, raising 3 kids on minimum wage. And I like that it has like, it's kind of torn up, it's not brand new, because if it's torn up in the statement of raising 3 kids on minimum wage is something that's really hard to do. It's almost impossible. And so it being torn up just kind of gives you an impression that this person maybe has worked really hard, they've gone through a lot of troubles in their life, and this is just a really simple way of putting that into words. I don't think there was a really big time frame in this. Maybe I think again with the top picture, like there was kind of a storyline going on where these were the beginning, here was the middle, and then her walking away and being upset is like the ending. The next part, and I think that also goes along with this, what's the story. Again, the best photos of her I think that they have are the one with her looking into the mirrors. I really like those. I also like, even though this is kind of blurry, I really like that it's blurry. I think you just kind of have to focus more on what's going on and what is the most important part in this picture. And then again, the other one I really liked best was the raising the 3 kids on minimum wage. The ones that I not necessarily think are the worst, but that could be improved, were the pictures in a car. I just don't really think it made any sense with the rest of her photos. I was kind of confused because I understood the whole basketball scenario, but when we got to the car, it was just 3 pictures that were kind of randomly thrown in there. And then I think just ways that she could improve her photos, maybe just maybe using like the rule of thirds more. I know that like in these photos, this one kind of lines up better, like her faces would be in this line and the tennis racket would be on the other like horizontal line, but a lot of them I feel like just maybe need to be set up better, like the picture to be taken in a more proportional type of way. But other than that, I overall really liked her photos. I thought the color scheme was great. I thought I could understand what her story was that she was going to be tell. So yeah, very good job. Thank you.